Hello everybody, my name is Anastasia. I am a Russian cross teacher who lives in Beijing, China. And today I have another themed video. The whole video we will be finishing things. Before I made a couple videos about only starts in the videos, and after I made those two videos actually not after but during during my making of those videos and stitching a lot of starts, I've been watching so much floss tube, like a Russian cross tube, everything. So I've been inspired a lot by the girls who are finishing. They're like, oh, I have a finish here, 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 here. And I'm like, oh, I'm only growing my pile of WIPs. And actually, at the beginning of the year, I had a thought, like a suggestion for myself that this year I will be minimizing my pile of WIPs because I'm fear that next year I will have less time to cross stitch. It's not a secret anymore for anybody, but I'm pregnant and in June I am 7 months. So I have barely 2.5 months of freedom, let's say, like cross stitch freedom. And what will be after August, I have no idea. I hope I will be able to stitch here and there, just a little, but I have no idea. So my plan for this year was to minimize the number of my older WIPs, because I just did a lot of starts and some of them are pretty small. I could finish them, but this will not help me to renew my WIP pile. This will just make it start and finish, and I don't want that. I want to finish as much things I started before this year as I possibly can. So my original plan was to pick up one of these WIPs once a month, stitch it, finish it, and so far I've been doing good. Till May I had 5, in May I have 5 finished things from last year's. And now I'm thinking it's all good, but probably after August I won't be able to finish things, and I wanted 12 by the end of the year. So I'm thinking, why not to do a marathon for myself of finishing things. Now I picked up 8 projects which are relatively close to a finish. They the range of stitches here is from 500, barely 500 even, to almost 5,000, 4,300 is the biggest one, including backstitch, beading, everything it needs. So I I compared all my WIPs which have less than 5,000, got them all together here, and decided that we will do the video when I will be picking them one by one and finishing. And what will be helping me to pick out my WIPs is the random wheel. I'm not actually a big fan of random wheels. The last time I think I did some random wheel randomizer in 2020, when I let the randomizer choose what projects I'm gonna stitch for Christmas in July, I think. And as far as my experience, it is kind of so-so, because sometimes it would choose the things I definitely don't want to right now, but I still had to stitch them. Sometimes it would choose 2 times, 3 times the same project, and I was like, oh, come on, just give me some variety of things. I like to change things. You see, I have a lot of WIPs, so this is not even the oldest ones. They're just closest to the finished ones. So, and let me introduce some of the WIPs to you, and then we will choose one of them. By the way, the wheel has 8 WIPs to finish and 1 new start. Why do I have new start? Because I am, I joined the game with one of the Russian YouTubers. She introduced the game this year to minimize your stash of old purchases. So you cannot stitch something already started, but if you have a big stash of like patterns or kits or whatever, you have to choose one smaller one every month, and during the month you finish it. So every 14th of the month, I go to her page, we choose one of the very small, very smaller ones, very small purchases of patterns or kits I had before, and I stitch it in a month. It's like around 2,000, 3,000 stitches per month, so it's not too big. I manage. Yeah. So I would also need to stitch one in the June anyway, so I decided to just put it in the wheel, so it will be easier for me to choose time for it. I would have to start it and finish anyway, so why not to do it officially, right? So let's see among all these WIPs where they are and what I need to finish. Let's start with the very smallest one. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, Nature's Peace, and here I think I have less than 500 stitches because there is like one of two things that I don't have in my Saga app, so it cannot tell me exactly the number of stitches left. So judging just by the picture, I have some moose head, I have some of the mountain, some flowers in the ground, and then some stars. So I think it's around 500 stitches. I'm stitching it all in DMC on this very beautiful Zweigart printed fabric, like sandstorm or something. So very cool, love it. And of course, it will be one of the easiest things to finish. The next thing that I have is the Santa from Ukrainian company Fruzilog. They are making kits on wood, and as you can see, most of the stitches are already done. So I barely have like any stitches left to fill in, and a lot of backstitch. Another one is Mill Hill. I would say this project is like on a bigger side. Yeah, it still has a lot, a lot. When the wheel will choose one of the projects, I will tell you exactly the number of stitches left, but even by looking at it, it's like still have a lot of stitches left, like I wouldn't say 1/3, but maybe 1/4 if you put them all together. And also backstitch and beads. Fortunately, there is less beads than in other mill hills. There's only about like 300 beads together, so that would be not too bad. And another thing is mill hills are not my thing. Maybe unpopular opinion number 5302, but I don't like stitching on this perforated paper. It's very flimsy, it's easy to tear. I actually started stitching it on my hands and did tear it like in the middle. It was very uncomfortable, so I had to go and search Taobao for this like magnetic how to say, magnetic, it's not a hoop, but we call it magnetic hoops, magnetic Q-snaps, let's say. So they can hold it and it's easier for me to stitch, but also they cannot cover the whole thing. So like if I do from one side, I have to re-hoop it later. So also not 100% perfect solution. It's much better of course, but not 100% perfect solution. Also, it's very colorful, very interesting, but I think I'm a little tired of it. Just the how to say, all the difficulties made me a little disappointed in this kit. So another one is also, I think this is the biggest number of stitches I have to do, around 4,000. More than 4,000. This is a designer pattern by Natalia Orechova. She is Alka Cross on Instagram, and I think she has Etsy. and this is Apple Blossom. The color is amazing, but it has a lot of stitches left, and it has a lot of backstitch left. So I'm not sure right now how I'm gonna do it. Like if I'm gonna do like the wheel will spin it and choose the project and I can finish it, or the wheel will spin and choose a project and I will do around like 1,000, 1,500 stitches on it, and then we will respin it. Just because like I can see myself doing the finish on one go on Santa or Nature's Piece, but 4,000 stitches is like half the month for me of stitching, I would say, even right now, because everybody says you cannot sit too long, you have to walk more, you have to move, don't lie down too much, it's bad for your health. So I know they're right. And that's why, of course, my cross stitch time right now is a little less than usual. And next one was Heritage Stitch Crafts. They are company that made John Clayton's artwork into cross stitch, and this is the old farmhouse, I think. Yeah, so here it looks like a lot because there is a giant piece of sky and there is a hole here, but actually it's not. Like whenever I pick up this project, I actually stitch it rather fast, especially I think the sky part will be very easy. This part will be less easy because there is how to say, a lot of grass and random things, but I'm convinced I can finish it. Next thing is another designer pattern. This is from my friend Anna Klautova, and she did like pattern based on the artwork that I chose. Like I found this artwork in the internet. I think it was AI generated. So and I just asked her to do the personal pattern. So it's not for sale. It's only for me. I did have to buy it and I paid her money for it, but I mean, not for other people for sale, unfortunately. But this is based on one of my favorite cartoons, so I don't think majority will be really into stitching something like this. This is Vampire Marceline with her father, some night sky, and actually what I have left in cross stitch is just like this part, I think this hole, and some of here need to be stitched in, and the rest is only backstitch. Like all this is not gonna be stitched in, and it's like rectangular design, so all this like ginormous part is already finished. I only need some of the background and just the backstitch. So I think even though the numbers show me a lot, actually it will go pretty fast. And one of the last but one is Hello from Liz Matthews, her pear tree, partridge and the pear tree, and I'm doing the tree part, so the design will be smaller. It's kind of like a triangle, so, and I believe that the triangle finishes right above this like pear, so I need to finish this pear and then finish all the leaves and maybe other pears, the tree branches, and a lot of this like stars or dots or like whatever it is, brown ones brown ones that are left. So I think, because I don't have the electronic pattern for this one too, I think it's around 1,500 stitches or less that's left, so it will be pretty easy, fast finish too. Yeah. I really like that design. Just very randomly I do stitch it. And one of the things I actually don't want to stitch, not that I don't love it anymore, it's just very difficult to do it. Like process is very difficult, is this dragon, like Eastern dragon, spring dragon, how to say, by Panna, Russian company. And as much as I believe, there is only like the sun left, there a little part here, and then I wanted to make it like in a really round circle. So that part I will have to hodgepodge by myself, but according to the pattern, all is left is this like oval of his tail. So I need to fill in the dots here, bring it more, this green branch with the flowers will go down a little bit more, and fill in some flowers and in here. So like some little pink flower here. So that would be it. Like the whole dragon is stitched and only little part left, I believe, together with backstitch, except for the moon part, which I will just make it bigger by myself. But all the other parts is less than 1200 stitches or 1300 stitches, so it's not too big. But because I'm stitching it on hands and without any plastic canvas, without any soluble canvas, without anything, just by the sweatshirt, is so difficult to do. So I just hate the process. I hate the process of doing it, and a lot of people ask me to do the tutorials on how to do it, and I keep replying to the messages is like, it doesn't worth it. Don't do it like I did it. It's just gonna waste your time, give you a lot of bad impressions, or maybe kill the desire to stitch this project as it did for me. So my plan is to maybe finish this if it comes up on the wheel. If not, no big deal. But anyway, I won't be able to wear it anytime soon anyway, because first I need to really slim down. Trust me, right now I have a very big problem of wearing clothes. I already cannot wear anything that I previously had. I bought several new ones, but I don't want to waste too much money on something I would wear only like a couple months. So right now clothes is a big problem for me. So anyway, I won't be able to wear this sweatshirt anyway. It won't fit on me anymore. Maybe sometime this fall or next spring, I don't know, but let's see. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but not some of the things I really want to stitch at this moment, or any other moment, by the way. How's the process gonna be? Because I'm making, as always, I'm making 2 videos for my Russian viewers and English-speaking viewers, as I'm gonna spin the wheel in my whatever first video gonna be, maybe the Russian one, maybe the English one, and then I'm just gonna double this part of the video of the spinning itself. So my both videos have the same moment of spinning, and it's true on camera. I do not respin it, and here is, you will see it first time with me. It is Mill Hill. That project is on a bigger side for me. Okay, so in Mill Hill, I still have to do 3,700 stitches. Yeah, I told you it was one of the bigger ones. So 3,700 stitches includes the cross stitch, back stitch, and the beads. So probably what I would do is today I will sit down, I will start working on it, and I will see how fast it will go. If it goes like pretty fast and by the end of the week I can finish it, cool. If after 2-3 days I will be super fed up with it and I don't want to do it anymore, we will just sit down and re-roll. And any progress is amazing progress. As I said, some things we will finish, some things we will try to finish. But maybe the gods just really want me to work on it. So let's start with Mill Hill. Let's go! and we're meeting 4 days later, 4 work days later. Just in case you already forgot in 5 seconds that you haven't seen it, this is how the designer will look eventually. And this is what I have after 4 working days. I'm super happy to announce that I finished all the cross stitch here. So all the places that you see not finished stitching are actually going to be beads, and there is a lot of back stitch left. So if you're interested in the numbers, I stitched about 1851 stitch in 4 days, which is really good speed for me, like really good. And I still have 1483 stitches. It includes back stitch and all of these beads. As I said, this Milky doesn't have too many beads. It's only like 300 beads or something. So it's not going to be too much, but there is a lot of back stitch apparently. So I decided on our last segment of the video, I was thinking, should I do like 1,000 stitches? Should I do 2,000 stitches? Should I like, what measurements should I apply to my wheel rotation? And in the end I thought, oh, maybe I just should count the number of days I'm working on it. So here I worked 4 days. I was eventually thinking 3 days, 3 days each. 3 days will give me good amount of stitches, but not overwhelming, and I can spin the wheel like twice a week. Still very good. But on the 4th day we're super busy and I only managed to stitch like 79 stitches. It was actually like 79 stitches left, so I was like, it's okay. Like I can finish 79 stitches and call it a day, because I just couldn't make myself make a video and spin the rotation, pick up something else, because I was super tired that day. So these 4 days I've been working on everything at once. So many color changes, so many amazing, like, how to say, mood this project gave me. Usually I bitch a little bit about it because I don't like the paper, but maybe because I was in the mood to finish it and I was thinking like, oh, right now it's like on the finishing line of this project, I actually was very happy to stitch it. And I think I worked with every single color that was left. So they were browns, dark browns, a lot of greens, like green, the leaves in the trees, the blues of the moon. This is like super light blue, the yellows of the sky, and reds of the flowers. So yeah, I got like a rainbow of colors to work with, and I think it really inspired me not to put it down and just keep digging little by little. So I finished all the cross stitch here, and I hope that this month we will have it spinned again. So the next time I pick it up, I will do all the backstitch and beads. So I think the backstitch will go faster. The beads will go slower than cross stitch. Obviously, I'm not a beading professional, so for me they go slower, but there are not too many. Fortunately, there is not too many. So I think if it spins one more time this month, we will finish it. And now it's time to spin one more time. Let's see what the life brings us for stitching. I made a new wheel with a little more pastel colors, but the things inside are the same. And it chose apple bloom. Actually, it is apple blossom. I made a mistake. And now I think I'm gonna bring it in and show you where we are at the moment. So the wheel chose apple blossom by Natalia Orechova. Yes, I do cut the video and I insert the spinning wheel because I actually spin it during my first attempt of the video. I usually do video in Russian first and then I do the video in English second. I don't overlay the voice, I actually redo the whole video. So just so I will have the same same video of the spinning wheel, I actually do it only once and then I insert it here. So don't worry, it's totally fair. I don't like choose the projects when the wheel spins something I don't want to. So this is, as I said, Apple Blossom by Natalia Orехova. She is Alka Stitch on Instagram, VK, or I think she has a Boosty or Etsy, something like this. So I love her patterns, I love her design work, but this pattern is a little bit complicated. So together with all the crosses and the backstitch, it still have 4,300 not 1,000, 4,300 stitches. So for me, this is the biggest work this month, like the biggest amount of stitches. On the second place was actually Mill Hill with 3,700 stitches. Third place is like something else, but this is the first place in the amount of stitches left. So the wheel obviously just wants to make me work and work and work. She's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you something very fast and easy. You have to put some work in it. So this is how it looks right now. I will probably stitch it 3-4 days and then I will come back to show you the progress. I can't promise I will finish all the crosses because there is a lot, much more than was left on Mill Hill, and obviously there is tons of backstitch, which is always also a lot. But I will show you substantial progress and we will spin the wheel again. Let's see. And here is the result after 5 stitch days. This is super cool. Like, first of all, I wanted to come after like 3 days, maybe 4, but seeing how little was left, like very little, just some fillings here and there, I was like, okay, I will put extra days in this, but I will at least finish all the stitches, and this give me 2,800 stitches. That's a lot. That's a lot, but I'm super proud of myself. First of all, I'm super happy to see how it looks. When you see the preview of this like design, you see only the white flowers, the white apple blossoms, and you're like, oh, like the most interesting part is the background, and everything else should be like white, light gray, beige, something something. And then you actually stitch it, and this is such a rainbow of colors. Of course, it's like nice to stitch the whole range of colors. They're all different. It's very interesting, but at the same time, with only 7 blends, this pattern has 38 solid colors. 38. And I think all the blends were mostly in the background, so when I was stitching flowers, I only had like maybe 1 or 2 blends I need to do. But let me just say, the majority of colors were in the flowers. And the worst part was that each color, you basically stitch from 70 to 100, 120 stitches, not really much more. And that's why you have to like jump from across all the flowers. Like you get some pinks here, then you jump here, then you jump here, here, like, and sometimes it's literally like you just stitch 4 stitches here, and then you jump and you stitch like another 7 here, and another place is like 9 more. So yeah, that was a lot of jumping, and since I don't like to pull my thread like too far, so I had to like cut it, fix it, start anew. It was a lot of work, and in the end I think I was pulling a lot of threads, but not too far. But you can see in my back, like, yeah, super messy back, but all these threads, I cannot do that. It's like I have to jump here, 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 like you see. Like A lot of places were kind of close, some places were really far. So yeah, when you stitch the flowers, it was almost impossible to stitch like very beautifully. And this is not a project for the perfect bag. Um, just saying. And now I'm super happy that I'm done with it and only back stitches left. So super happy about it. Actually, I do love this project. I do love the color scheme. I do love the challenge it gave me. But of course, it's not a project for the faint of heart. So you have to be ready to struggle a little bit. Okay. So now that I've finished all the stitches here, let's hope wheel of fortune will spin again and give it to me one more time this month to finish all the backstitch. And now let's spin and see what next I'm gonna stitch. And I didn't even close the app since last time we spin the wheel. So now, right now you see the old choice, apple blossom. So let's spin the wheel and see what it wants us to stitch again. I was 100% sure it will give me Mill Hill again, but no, it is a new start on plastic. So let me bring you the patterns that I still have and we will choose which one I will start. And here are the 3 left animals that I'm planning to stitch on plastic this year. These are the leftovers animals that I bought like about 2 years ago from the designer Rin Stitch. She has lots of cute animals like that. They're all specially made for plastic. They're very easy, and I just checked all 3 patterns of this. They all have like about 1500 stitches. Even though like you see the doggy is a little fatter, the crocodile is have like this extensions like a tail and nose, like you think it would be bigger a little bit, but no, they basically have the difference of 15 like 20 stitches each, so they are all the same size. So I don't think this is like really matters which one I choose. Let's say I will choose from the doggy because just it's the first one in my list, but I'm super happy that I'm down to 3 and I soon will be down to 2 left because a couple years ago I bought 10 of these animals. And since then I've been stitching them a lot, and I'm super excited to finish them and start some other things on plastic. But first, yeah, my goal is to finish these animals first. And the most interesting question is which plastic should I choose for them, because last time I was in Russia I also bought like 10 different colors, or 10 different like sheets of plastic canvas. And my thought, oh, here is another purple one, almost lost it behind the brow. So my thought is to choose every time the new one, not to choose another like any color the second time. So all animals will be colorful, will be bright, will be interesting to look at. That's just my thought, so why not? So I guess I will start playing with the app. In the app you can change the background of the animals. Let me show you. So basically when you open it, you can play with the background and can see like whichever color you want, like how it will be on green, how it will be on blue, how it will be on purple or pink or orange. So then just look at your pattern like this. See, so the app has this option, so I'm gonna play with it a little bit and choose the color which I think that suits the doggy the most, and then I will start. And of course, since it's only 1500 stitches, I hope to finish it way faster than I had to work on the apple blossom. So yeah, let's hope it will be a very fast finish, and I will come to you to show it to you very soon. And 3 work days later, we have a little doggy. Super happy how it looks, super happy how it feels. It was very easy stitch. I think it has like 1517 stitches, so very small amount of stitches. And on this very small project, there are 4 blends. But fortunately, I'm smart enough not to stitch them at all. So there should have been like blend between like this lighter brown and this like beige, and darker brown, lighter brown, then like this orangish brown with the darker one. It's like so many, and I was like, I don't need them. I was like, this is such a small piece that if you watch it from afar, which it will be like a magnet or a pin for your clothes, you will not actually see like too much difference if I do blends or not. So for these little patterns, I wanted to say pastels, but patterns, I don't do the blends. And I brought to you to show some other ones that I already finished previously this year, like this sharky. It's so cute. And everywhere, all the patterns, I also don't do blends, and I don't do French knots of white in their eyes. I actually don't like how like French knot in the eyes look, so that's why I'm not doing them. And I choose for each of them, I choose a very different like plastic. This is darker brown. This one is a very light pink. It's not white, it's a very light pink. The piggy is on the blue. The wolf is on a like light purple lavender. And for the doggy, I choose this like, I can't say orangish, but very light brown. So yeah, everyone is super colorful, super nice, super cute. And unfortunately, this video was supposed to be like finishes upon finishes upon finishes, and so far we only have this little doggy finish. So I think it's high time to spin the wheel again and see what finish finally maybe I will have. Let's see. And I tiny bit changed the wheel. I didn't change any of the whips, but I hide the plastic, let's say, slice of pizza, because we don't need any more new starts, and now we can finally focus on all the older whips we can finish. And as soon as we can finish as many whips as we can start new things. So I'm already exciting, and I'm excited. I'm making plans for August. Maybe I will make some new starts there. So yeah, because it's been a long time, I need some new things to stitch. But let's spin and see what finishes we have first. And it's pears from Hello from Liz Matthews. I'm excited. I'm really excited because this is not too much there left, and I think it will be our second finish here. So let me show them to you. So let me remind you how the pattern looks like in case you ever dare to forget. So this is the first day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews, and in this pattern she gives you two two variants of the pattern. Either you stitch like a sampler or you stitch like a tree. And when inside the pattern she has instructions on how to measure, how to make a tree. So basically, like she says, from 2 downward points you just make 2 straight lines to the top, and this will be your pattern. So she doesn't give you 2 pages of the pattern, she gives you 1 big one, and then she's like, okay, just do it yourself. You can do it, I trust you. So this is what it should be, and I'm stitching the tree. I'm stitching the smaller version. I'm stitching the tree, but I didn't like this darker green something. For me, I don't know. I'm not sure it is a very Christmassy design, because of course it's not especially the Christmas song I'm used to, or Christmas song we hear everywhere in like outside of America and Britain maybe. Like in China we don't really know this song. But so for me it's maybe like more like Stitchmas in July, where there is like connection between the summer and Christmas, or it's mostly like a fall tree with the pears, where closer to the fall there will be so many ripe, nice pears. So I didn't want to do it like darker tree. I wanted to do it like a bright, nice tree. So I ordered this no-name fabric from Taobao Dyer a long time ago. I actually forgot what count it is. I think it is kind of like 32 count of even weave, uh, but it's okay. It actually doesn't matter because the pattern is so simple. It's really easy to stitch. It's really nice to stitch. I love it stitching it. It doesn't show up a lot in my stitching rotation. And now it's time to stop the sinful how to say circle and just take it and finish it, because I believe there is only like 1,000 or 1,500 stitches left, judging by the picture of the tree. So I have like these leaves, those leaves, like all the leaves left. Then I have the fill-ins of these dots and some fill-ins on the pears. So that's mostly it, and I think it's not too much. Yeah, and as far as this pattern goes, I am not stitching it in cold for colors. I actually have my own colors. These are the colors that I found also on Taobao. Sometimes I found just things on Taobao I'm interested in, so I order them. They're not very expensive. And these are the threads from some Chinese company I didn't hear about. And I believe they are actually embroidery threads because they are kind of thick. They're not like DMC threads. And I tried to take them apart to make them thinner, but if you take them apart, they will really like rip off and fall apart. So they're supposed to be like this one thick thread. So for the borders, I'm using this like very rich, I would say, wine, very rich wine color. For the bird, I used this pink. Then there is also leaves with 2 shades of green. And for the rest, I think I'm using just these colors of gamma threads. These are just some leftovers that I bought like 1,000 years ago when I used to live in Russia. And these are 2 shades of pears. Ones are lighter, ones are darker, and I think these are like the partridge, and this is maybe supposed to be filling in her wings. Like, yeah, that was the partridge, so maybe this is the fillings. So yeah, like absolute mess of project on a no-name fabric with a no-name thread. But it gives me so much joy and inspiration sometimes to do projects like this. When I don't use cold for colors, I judge based on my professional opinion. So yeah. And another fun thing I found in my travel bag, where was this project with all the threads, is that my Kohana scissors are there. Actually, not long ago, we were talking with the girls in a chat about the scissors they're using, and we were discussing like very expensive brands of scissors. And we started talking about Kohana scissors, and some girls said, "Oh, I love them. They're so nice and tiny and easy to use and very sharp." And some girls said they absolutely hate them because they're overpriced. There is nothing really in them. Mostly just a brand name and something. And I think I'm in the middle because, yeah, they are usable. They are very sharp. Like if you, for example, take it, boom, very easy to cut, very easy to use, but unfortunately it's not my preferable size of usage. Another thing that I really like about them is that I didn't pay for them. I fortunately won a giveaway and got them shipped to me for free. So at least I don't suffer about like overpaying for them. But yeah, I can understand the girls who paid the full price plus shipping and then could not use them like a lot. But for me, yeah, I cannot use them too much because usually I stitch in a like not at the table. I stitch at the sofa, on the armchair, on subway, in a car. So I don't have like specific place where I would put them. And they do have like this magnet here, but I don't have like a specific magnet that I can always stick them on. So mostly how I use scissors is like I cut them and then I put them next to me, or if I'm traveling, I will put them back in the travel bag, project bag. So these size of scissors, first of all, they are kind of difficult for me to handle. I love the bigger size, but the second part is that whenever I put them next to me, I can never find them again. Like bigger scissors are easier to see or to feel, maybe, but this one's often, like mostly, they appear under my butt and I can never find them. Like I have to get up, I have to go through like the whole pillows of the sofa just to find them. If I'm stitching like on a train or on a plane, I have to go ransack my whole project bag just to find them again, because like I will put them on the top, but somehow they wiggle inside and get lost in all the floss, and then you cannot feel them when you're like searching for them. And so yeah, just a little speech about the scissors and what is your experience with them. Please don't hate me. I know there are people who love them, and if you are the one who love them, write us a comment and tell us how they enrich your life and make your cross stitch even cuter to use. And now I think I will switch off into several days later when I will finish this project and can show you finally like the second finish of this video. And finally, I reached some of my plans. So this is the second finish of this video. Yay! Finally some finishes. And what I'm super happy about is that I finished it in 3 days. Actually, it was ready tomorrow very early morning, and I was like, okay, I will stitch it and then I will spin the wheel, and tomorrow I already like had planned to get another project, but then my friend called me and she said, I'm leaving to another city forever. You will miss me so much, let's meet and have lunch together. So we met and we spent like 4.5 hours together, just chatting and walking and chatting and eating. So that was a very nice day. But then I came home and yesterday was 36 degrees of heat. It's like heat wave. They tell you to stay home at this heat. So I was like, okay, it's so hot, I will stay home and stitch more. And then I fall asleep for another 2.5 hours. And when I woke up, it's already very, very late evening. So I just spent some time playing with Aaron. We play computers together. So yeah, it was a fun evening, but not too much stitching, let's say that. So first thing in the morning, I wake up, had my breakfast, and came to you to film this piece. I'm super happy how it looks, super happy how that I finished it. It's the second finish of this video. At least I have some finishes I'm super proud about. So what I did, I filled in all the little dots. I finished stitching these pairs. I actually filled in this light pink in her wing, in the partridge's wing. I didn't know I missed it until I looked at the pattern and was like, yeah, I did miss it. So I changed the color from the like beige to light pink. I think it looks better. And in one of the patterns, the pairs have like brown sides, and another one is like this red. So I decided my pairs will be ripe, so they will have like red sides. So I think it looks much nicer. And I filled in a lot of the leaves. The leaves actually stitch very like a lot. Like I thought it's like 20-30 stitches. No. Like I thought I had about like 1,000 stitches here, more than 1,500 stitches, 15 something. So yeah, super happy about it, super proud. Also, I didn't stitch strictly like a line, so the line should be going up here, but because some of the elements were passing through the line, I decided to like finish the elements. I didn't put too much dots on the sides, but I decided to stitch in the leaves, like on this side too. Like the line should be kind of like this, like the pear, the leaf, and this leaf should be cut. I decided to stitch them in just in case when I will be FFOing it in a tree, like I will not have this like super sharp line where you will see like this element is not finished. It's okay if I like sew it and then cut off some of the elements, like they will be inside. It's fine with me. It's better than like you have like a very sharp line and you see that they're in like not stitched, not stitched part of the pear or not stitched half of the leaf. Yeah. So I actually stitched a little more than the pattern suggests, but it's a fine. It's fine. And I don't know when I will be finishing this because right now even sitting like this and filming is difficult. Usually like stitching is okay, but because I have a nice chair, I have a seat cushion, I have a back pillow, I have everything for my stitching. But like FFOing will require me to sit like with the sewing machine and bending a lot and things like this. So out of question right now. Maybe later this year, maybe next year, who knows? It's okay. I have several things I want to FFO already, and I think they can wait. They can wait. FFOs always can wait. So I'm super happy with the finish, and now let me bring my iPad and show you what we're gonna do next. And again, I didn't touch the app since 3 days ago, so it shows us the choice, and I like how this app has an option to hide the slice at the end of the spin. So I'm gonna hide the pairs, we don't need them anymore. And let's see what we're gonna spin, what we're gonna do next in several days. And I cannot say I'm happy with the dragon sweater. I was super hoping it will stop on Marceline, but yeah, if the gods of the random tell me to do the dragon sweater, that's probably what I should do. This is how it looks now, and I think this is not much work like left. I can't say for sure at the moment. I left my notebook in another room, but I think it's less than 2,000 stitches left, so only like some little parts on his tail and some flowers, the sign, and I think I need to stitch the sun up to the full circle because right now it's like a very elongated oval and I wanted to make it like a real circle. So when I will finish like this part, I will just this part I have electronic pattern. So when I finish this part, I will just like draw a circle, maybe using a cup or something, and I will just fill in all the missing stitches in that area and the backstitch. I think I want the backstitch here. I like how it looks without, but I think with the backstitch it will really shine. Yeah, I want backstitch, and don't repeat my mistakes. Don't stitch the pieces on close without the soluble canvas. I understand that if I would use the soluble canvas, probably it will not fit because the soluble canvas is usually like 16 count or 14 count, and this is like tiny stitches. Like, I have no idea, maybe 18 count right now. So probably it will not fit on this sweatshirt, but whatever. It would be much easier and much more pleasurable work. I already like cursed myself for starting it like this, and I cursed the friend who advised me try on a sweatshirt without soluble canvas. It's possible for her, but I suspect that she buys very different sweatshirt materials. so it's easier, and she can see the holes. That's very difficult on this one. And this is just a usual sweatshirt from Uniqlo. I actually like Uniqlo's fabric quality because you can wash them several times. I have another dragon pattern on a sweatshirt I stitched like years ago, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I still can wear that sweatshirt. Like it doesn't look new, brand new, but it looks fine, like very fine. And the cross stitch is still in a very good shape, very good. Like I still get compliments on that dragon a lot. So I think they serve you, they serve you their money and their worth even more than like you would expect. So yeah, let's see how it goes, and I will come back to you with the whole piece finished. And here I am bringing for you this amazingness. Just look at it. First of all, it's very, very cool for to look at, and second, it's so awesome for the touch because of the maybe the number of threads I used or something. It's like a small carpet, and you just want to keep touching it. It's right now very, very early in the morning because Erin and May is still sleeping. And the first thing today I wanted to do is come here and show you this amazingness because yesterday night I fully finished it, all the backstitch, everything. And just look at it, giant. It's so big. I couldn't even like fit it under the camera properly. I didn't know how to put it. So I had to go very, very high up. I think it's around like 4 of my palms, even maybe a little bigger than that. But now it's all finished, and I am happy. Yeah, as much as it was difficult to do, especially like all the little parts and finishing all the threads, it was worth it. Absolutely worth it. It actually took me around a week to finish it, and you saw it's just this little part left and a little of the sun. But the main problem of the thing was the backstitch. In this part, there is the backstitch is super little. Like the dragon is done in like big strokes of backstitch. His like mustache and his hair are kind of okay. Like that part was so-so, I would say, but the lower part of the design is super tiny backstitching, so that took me like so long. I didn't expect it to be that long. Like it took me 3 days to backstitch, and you know me, I love backstitching. I can do it very fast. Once I sit down, I will like finish the backstitch in 1 day, 1.5 days. But this project was like unexpectedly, yeah, the backstitch gave me more problems than the stitches itself. But I can't say it was very easy to finish all the things. I even ran out of some colors during the process. So yeah, as much as I'm super happy how it looks, and I will be loving to wear it in the fall or maybe in next spring, because actually it does say spring in Chinese characters, so it is like the spring dragon. And of course, we can see the sakura tree with the spring like flowers. Still, like I maybe will be able to wear it in fall. And of course, my dragon looks a little more elongated than the initial design. Initial design, his face would be a little like smaller and fatter. And my dragon, I think my dragon looks more like a real Chinese and Japanese dragons, like Asian dragons. They're very long. Even the word for the dragon is long, like in Chinese language. It translated as long. So and that's why I'm super happy how it looks. I just want to feel it all the time, and Unfortunately, when I was stitching like the sun, I ran out of some threads, and I had to substitute a little bit, make extras, but it's okay. I actually love how it looks like this. So of course, once it's all finished, I'm super happy about it, but I keep asking myself why I did it, why I needed to do it like this overcomplicated way, why I had to waste like a year and a half on this project if I could have stitched it much faster if I used like a soluble canvas, water soluble or whatever. And of course, another question is why I always use like these giant projects for sweaters and jackets. Why can't I just make a little pattern and be happy with it? But just look at it, it is worth it. So it took me a week to finish it, but don't worry, it's not the only thing I stitched the whole week, because during this week I had to go out and meet my stitcher friends, and I had to take something with me. And while I was out, I couldn't take a sweater. It was like a whole bag of things. So I took the apple blossom because it was on top of my project, and it just needed some backstitch. So I took it, and I think during our meeting, I stitched around, let's 500 stitches, I would say, just for one day. So when I came back, it wasn't too much. And after I spent the whole day with the dragon at night, my eyes were super tired. So after that, for a couple days, I took apple blossom for very late night stitching, and I finished it, and it also looks so amazing. And apart from backstitch, this pattern has some French knots, which I did not do, and as you can see, I did some very cute beads. Thing is, they are not like some specific like very some company beads or something. I think they are just the leftovers I had of some beads at my place. I had some white beads, and they were called for black, but I decided not to do the black ones. I wanted to do something brighter, so I tried the blue ones instead, and the yellow were the color was called for yellow, but these are the yellows I had. And yeah, they are not perfect. Some of them are thinner, some of them are thicker. Maybe I even stitched them not perfectly, but who says that the nature can be perfect, right? Like when you go out and you see the real flowers, they are never like how to say, not every part of the flower can be identical to another. Like all these parts, they are all different, can be fatter, can be thinner. So yeah, I just decided to fill them in, and I love it. I love how it looks. It gives it some kind of dimension, it gives it some kind of like extra bling bling, extra shiny, and yeah, it looks amazing. So this week I have two finishes, and this actually goes nicely with my plan to have like two different projects per one week. Even though the dragon took me like most of the time and the apple blossom was just a little bit. So let me take my iPad and we can make another spin. Let's see, I need to hide the dragon sweater. We don't need it. Can I hide the apple blossom? Yeah, it looks like I cannot hide it, but it's okay. If it's gonna be apple blossom, we'll just hide it again. So we don't actually have much left. We only have 5 projects left, and that's it. So I'm super excited to see what will be next and if we're really gonna finish it. So let's spin and see what's gonna be next. And it's John Clayton, the old farmhouse. Unfortunately, right now I cannot bring it to you because Aaron is still sleeping in that room, and it's 8 o'clock. It's a weekend. He has his day off, so let him rest. But whatever I showed you in the beginning of this video, it's been over a month for me, but for you it's, I don't know, like an hour. So I think you haven't forgotten. And yeah, apart from Mill Hill and Apple Blossom, John Clayton is like one of the third biggest project here. So this random roulette really doesn't like me. It wants me to work hard, stitch a lot. It doesn't want me to stitch something easy that much. Yeah, the dragon was like stitch wise count, it was on the smaller side, but the work wise it was bigger and more difficult than other projects. But I remember that the farmhouse of the John Clayton was actually kind of easy to stitch. Just wanted to make a short check-in on the progress. It's 1500 stitches in out of 36, so I'm doing really good progress. This is like after 3 days of work, so I almost finished this big chunk of blue sky, filled in some of the browns on the trees, and basically like these two big holes left. I think I will finish today the whole sky, and we'll see. I checked in with the backstitch. Backstitch is a little different from the pattern, the electronic pattern I have. I'm watching some floss tubes, mid-year WIP parades, and wanted to show you May because she's so funny right now. I'm washing all her blankets and towels and everything. So basically she doesn't have any covers left right now. So, but she's feeling a little cold with AC on. So I found her like winter jacket to cover her, and she's really loving it. And also she doesn't have any pillows right now or anything, so just a little like a mopping rag under her cheek, and she loves it. But you can see her breathing, like she's breathing too shallow and too fast, and that's how it's been for the last like maybe 2 months. Like she hasn't been breathing very well recently, like almost never. Sometimes her nose gets stuck, sometimes she has like a lot of boogers and snort inside, so she starts breathing with her mouth, which is even worse. I clean her nose a lot, but she doesn't like that. And sometimes like this right now is even better a little bit, like her breathing. Sometimes she even like faster breathing and even shorter breaths. And right now 5 to 6 times a day she is coughing, like very big coughs, or like looks like she's gonna vomit, but she doesn't vomit, so it just cough. Yeah, so she knows I'm talking about her, so she's opening her eyes. So yeah, not a very happy moment for her and for me, because I'm worrying about her a lot. But we give her medicine every second week, but cannot give her all the time. During the medicine time she will feel better. Right now is a week when she's supposed to like recover from the medicine, too powerful medicine. So she's like that. So a little sad story about me, but it's life. Yeah, and I'm doing quite a lot of good progress here. I can't even imagine it's like only 1500 stitches, because I think I've done such a great amount of progress on the sky. Yeah, and so little left. I really want to finish it as soon as possible and come and show you. Hello friends, and today is the 20th of July and I'm here to show you my finish. Yay! So this is the whole picture in its glory and beauty and amazingness. And I cannot tell you how much I love it. Actually, if you compare it with my hand, it's like a very small stitch. I think this is like Belfast, so it's supposed to be 32 count. So it's not that small, like it's not 40 count or something, but the whole like design is super small. It's just like a little over my palm of the hand. I think even like less than 2 palms would be. So let me tell you everything that I'm feeling about it. First of all, I started with the sky and find out that the whole sky consists of like 3 blends with the same blue. Like solid color was used very, very sparingly, but there are blends here with this blue, and then there are blends with brown with this blue, and there are like 2 different shades of brown, and then there are blend with this gray and this blue. So like I had about 6 or 7 blends to work with, and all the blends had this one solid color of blue. It was very funny. Another thing that I worked on was like a lot of like tiny stitches, petite stitches. They were supposed to be like long stitch, but all the long stitches I made with petites. So the whole thing about these trees, there are so many like long stitches. They didn't have too much 3/4. I think 3/4 were like in the house before. I remember they had 3/4, but because the house was already done and some of the roof was done, I didn't have them this time. But I did stitch a lot of like petites and long stitches in the house. Also in the like this dried flower thingy, and also in this area of the trees. So also what was interesting is that I'm stitching this pattern. I have an original pattern, like paper pattern, but of course it's easier for me to stitch it using electronic pattern, and I found electronic pattern on the internet for free. So I don't know who made it, how they made it, or whatever. But when I already finished all the stitches and I was going into the backstitch, I found out that the backstitch in electronic version and backstitch in the original pattern are different, slightly but different. So what tipped me over was that in electronic pattern the windows were not very even, or like in original pattern, like you make all the lines evenly because there are window panels, there are a certain number of them, and they are both like 2 stitches long. In electronic patterns, I think they didn't do it very well, I think, or not very correctly. So one pattern was like 1.5 stitch, another like panel was like 1 stitch, and not very evenly located. So that moment I started to check, and then I saw a huge difference in the trees. I also saw a huge difference in here. So I put away my electronic pattern, I take up all the paper, and Heritage doesn't do very well with their patterns. First of all, they had 2 ginormous pages. Like this page, the whole page of the pattern was 3 times bigger than this fabric, the piece of fabric I'm stitching on. But because it's like ginormous, it has half the pattern. They don't have overlapping stitches, and the worst part is that it's just so big, it's very uncomfortable to fold, to hold, to put somewhere. It's like, yeah, I can understand the stitching like crosses on it would be good because they're big, they're black and white, so it would be like a help to have a bigger pattern. But when you just like hold it in front of yourself just for backstitch, it's so ginormous. Like the backstitch part, they could do like A4 size or something. So in barely like first page contains the backstitch for only these windows, the tree, and that's it. So when I checked the paper pattern, I noticed difference. I started to use the paper pattern. So for example, in electronic version, in these flowers, they were 3 colors. In original pattern, they used 2 colors of backstitch for these flowers, and they don't use that third color ever, like in anywhere. So I don't know where the third color even came from. But another thing that the electronic pattern had, but the original pattern didn't have, and I don't know why, is that this grass, like the original pattern didn't have this big chunk of grass, But the preview does have it. Electronic pattern does have it, but in different places. So if I had to take the preview then, and looking at the preview, I already like stitched the grass, but the preview only goes like up to here, and the original pattern does have this part of grass. So I don't know what happened with this part of grass. It disappeared. The preview does have it. I stitched it based on a preview. Electronic pattern has this piece, but slightly in different like location, and looks not so good. For example, this grass like basically a Y symbol. On electronic it should be like X, which doesn't make sense. And some of the grass were looking like slightly differently in different directions and started in different locations. So yeah, I didn't at that moment. I was very upset with the electronic pattern. I didn't check that much before. Like I thought it was supposed to be like the same. So yeah, I was slightly upset. And then I cannot check the like double check, let's say, electronic pattern and paper pattern right now, because paper is in black and white. It will be like such a nightmare for me to check every symbol or something, how they correspond and if they're correct or not. So I just looked at the preview, and I noticed another big problem is that, for example, this side of the, I think it's a shed, like this is a farmhouse, so this should be like a shed or something. This side of the house is also stitched wrong. It's supposed to be like more bricks, more like darker red bricks in here to imitate the brick. How to say, like that this wall is made of bricks. Right now it's only like just rusty and mostly same color. But because in electronic pattern this is how it is, but paper pattern says it differently, and preview says it differently. So after that I stopped comparing. I was a little upset, and actually I really don't want to find any other differences. If I already know about this wall and I'm super upset, and I don't think it looks as good as in the preview now because it's different. So I decided not to compare anymore, but just to warn you, sometimes the patterns that you find on the internet, like electronic ones or whatever, they are different from the original ones. At least if you get them, try to compare with the original. Because don't do the same mistakes as I did. Because yeah, I'm so bummed out right now. I still want to frame it. I still want this piece in my house, but maybe after some time. Maybe after some time I will forget about these little things and I will be more happy about it. Also, I still love the fabric I chose, because this is like not just Belfast, it's a modeled Belfast. So we can see this part is like super white, but this part has slight modeling. This is like I don't know, like some with waves of gray or white gray, and I like how it actually looks very nice together with this design, with this like watercolor kind of like splashes and everything. So I love the fabric, I love everything. I loved stitching it, but I'm not super 100% in love with the result. Let's say the back stitch makes me super happy, but the wall right now, it's like staring me right into the eye, and I cannot unsee it at the moment. So after that, it took me like 7 days to stitch it, and I decided like, okay, it's enough. I will not spin the wheel anymore. I don't have so much time this month because I already have other things I want to stitch and other plans. So I decided like, okay, I'll just pick up the smallest thing on my spinning wheel, and I will finish it. And the smallest thing on the wheel was Nature's Peace by Cottage Garden Saplings, I think. I hope I said it correctly. And I finished it, and it's amazing. I thought originally they were like only 500 stitches left. Turns out they were like 900 stitches left. Not too big a difference. Like, yeah, compared to others projects that I didn't finish this month, still much less than them. So it is the smallest finish I had. So first of all, I thought I had some mountain left, and 3 pieces of grass here, some flowers, and 3 stars, right? So turns out I haven't finished the head for the like goat. um, Goat also had a tail, which I made with very, very white thread. Originally it's supposed to be more grayish or something else, but I thought no, I want this little goat have a very, very white fluffy tail, so I just took white and I finished it. The mountain had through 2 colors left, and the same colors are in the flowers. Actually, the flowers consist of 2 colors of blue. And another thing was, yeah, I had the moose head, I had the little green of the leaves, the flowers, and the 4 stars. But also, turns out I forgot to finish the trees. And only these 2 trees were like fully finished. And all the rest did not have this light gray line on them. So at first I didn't know about it, I didn't think about it, and I think that's what gave me like additional stitches that I didn't expect. So I finished the trees. Some trees also lack some of the black on them, so I finished that, and yeah, and it was done, and it was amazing. I really loved it, and my thought, actually, to also on the modeled fabric, but this is, I think, Murano 32 count, and the thing is, the stitches here are much less, but the end result is like twice bigger than the house, than the farmhouse. Yeah, that's funny. And this is how different counts of fabric and different stitches can influence the whole design. This is funny. So my plan was to make a pillow from this design. So maybe in the future, when I will be FFOing my projects and everything, I will be up to sit down and sew a pillow with it. Not right now, actually. Unfortunately, not right now. As of today, there is only 1 month and 3 days left to the D-Day. Let's say D-Day, the day when your life changed, when actually my life will change. And I think the people who already have children, they will say, it's okay, not big deal, blah blah blah, like don't worry too much, it's gonna be okay. But because it's my, let's say, first time and I've never had it before, and of course I'm super anxious, super nervous about it, and no, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know if I'm gonna stitch or not, what's gonna be in my life, how it's gonna change, or what should I do. I'm super unprepared. Of course, we prepare a lot, and we did everything. We attended the classes for the parents, we read books and watched videos, but still, I don't know what to do. So that's why, yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe the last month that I have of my freedom, I will just make a video of vlog style. I will stitch whatever I want, every day. If I want something new, I will start. If I want something old, I will pick it up. Actually, a couple days ago, I was filming the WIP parade, mid-year WIP parade. And on this WIP parade, I mentioned that I didn't stitch 3 of my projects this year, 3 of my other WIPs. So I didn't show them. And I haven't stitched them, even touched them, and they're very, very far from finishing, so they weren't in this video either. So I was thinking, I was actually dying to stitch them since then, and that's why maybe why I'm finishing this video early, only on 6, and we're not gonna spin the wheel anymore. But actually there is nothing else to spin. There is only 3 projects left, Marceline, the Wooden Santa, and Mill Hill, which I haven't finished. So these 3 projects can wait till the better time, I think, because I counted this month I had 6 finishes, with a little bit of June and July. I had 6 finishes with 1 start, so it's 5 older WIPs finishes. With the other finishes I did from the beginning of the year, it makes 10 finishes of the older WIPs. So this one I started maybe 21 or 22, and this one was started in 2021. So they are older WIPs. Now they're finished. I'm super happy. And with the amount of starts I had in May, I had 6 finishes this month. So that's also amazing. Like, yeah, that's cool. But also, I counted that since the beginning of the year, I already finished 10 of my older WIPs. So I only need to do 2 more, and my like yearly plan, like this big plan for this year, to stitch like every month I've finish older WIP, will be done. So I think maybe I will be able to stitch them like in August, or like before the D-Day, or maybe like in the winter, closer to December or something, like uh, before the end of the year, I will pick them up and just finish. So I think I will manage that much, and I'm super happy that I don't need to do like 7, I just need to do 2, so that's fun. Um, yeah, and I'm super happy to have so many finishes this month. It's like the most finishes I've had so far in a month. 6 is like, wow. And they were not small. Like, you have to agree with me, they were absolutely not small. So, yeah, I'm already like bumbling, and my next plan, I would say, to make like this video about my last month of freedom, of stitching whatever I want. I actually want to maybe touch those WIPs I haven't touched yet this year. Um, Maybe all of them, maybe one or two, I don't know. I'll just how I feel about it. And actually, a little spoiler, I've been dying to stitch Teresa Kogat's Angel. So maybe like I will finish this video today and I'll just go and sit down and stitch Teresa's Cockpit Angel. And I actually bought electronic pattern of it. So I have original pattern, paper pattern, but it was very difficult to stitch from it. It has so many confetti. So I paid a person to make a good electronic pattern from it, like not mistaken one or something, just really good one. So I got it, and now I'm all set and ready. I can go sit down and enjoy my stitching. So yay! And that's probably my next thing I'm gonna stitch, like today or tomorrow, I'm not sure. So, and another thing, I ask you to tell me which one of the last, like what is left. There is like Marceline, Wooden Santa, and Mill Hill. Which one of 3 would you prefer me to finish first? Because obviously, maybe I will be able to finish all 3, maybe not, but I will try at least for 2 till the end of the year. So if you have a preference to see like one of them finished in its glory, like do this one first. So you should comment it, and then I will make sure to put more effort in it than in others. Really, because for me, any of my WIPs, I love them all dearly, and I don't have like I don't know, a gradation of love for my WIPs. Like this one I love more, that one I love less, this one I want to finish more. This, no, I love them all dearly. It just like some of them are more difficult to stitch, I would say, so I don't stitch them too much. Some others like more easier to stitch and faster, so I would say I would spend more time on them just because it's easier and faster. But anyway, I love them all so much. So that would be it for this video, I think, with the 6 finishes and the 2 just amazing finishes at the end. They are so pretty. I love it. So thank you very much for everybody who's been with me on this journey. And I hope this is not the last of the random roulette we will see like in my videos, because this experience was rather fun and interesting. So I enjoyed it greatly. Hope you did too. Bye!